We are surely back from the weekend, and when we come back from the weekend like this, you should know we'll be back on the Showbiz Daily as well, and that is exactly what we are about to do here on Sammy Flex TV. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sammy Flex, and Showbiz Daily is back on your screens. How was your weekend? Mine was working, a little stressful. I came back from Akropong. I had to be knocked down by some cold here and there, and I said, well, life goes on. We still have to do what we've got to do, and that is the reason we are gathered here. So in the studio, gentlemen are seated. In the middle, one face, one voice that you've not seen in a long while is back. Yeah, that is J Smart, aka Ghana's most artist manager. Serious artist manager. Yeah, J Smart is back. Also with Anidado TV. Also a blogger, PR producer, Charlie Najma Dosu. Yeah, he's still producing some shows on radio stations and more. And he's still writing as a contributor. Like, he does everything that a media personality in 2024 should do, and that is what J Smart does. Well, at the extreme end, I have Team Dodo Solomon. You can also call him Chamo, our online manager here at Flex Entertainment Limited, and also in Team Dosu Digital Solutions for all your management, online marketing, monetization, and more. Contact him for your progress as well. And let me also say thanks to the people behind the scenes. Man like Buju is there. And I also have man like Theophilus. Chamo says his other name is Digosh Media. And Cramponis are Digosh Gosh.
Can you be our nickname?
I know right. Yeah, Digosh one. The one. Digosh one. Alright, so we are set and ready to go. And let me welcome my people so we can start talking. But one story that I would want us to start with definitely is an offshoot of the weekend. The weekend was hot for Beam Nation President Stonebwoy, all because an article published in the name of Hip Life Music in Ghana by Grammy website, and the fact that some people considered to be pillar in our hip life music industry were mentioned. Others were also ignored, and Stonebwoy felt to him, knowing his position, he should have also been mentioned. Unfortunately, he was not. Now, out of that, he started throwing some tantrums online, and I would want to read some of them. Then I asked my people their opinion about what Stonebwoy was saying and whether it is something we all need to help him overcome as well. And then, okay, where is Buju? Okay, Buju is here. Now, let me go on to one of the tweets. This particular one came after, or I should start from top. Maybe I think it will help. He started by writing that whoever wrote this article is interestingly missing the name Stonebwoy, and he mentioned him, and he mentioned Recording Academy. Do due diligence before you publish half-dosed articles aiming to capture the true image of the state of the Ghanaian sound. And if you pay attention to the tweet very well, you'll see that Stonebwoy shared a portion of the article that had the writer's name in there. That is Kwame Mula. The name was mentioned in there. And again, he attached a certificate that is supposed to have come from Grammy with his name there. So, like me, I have a Grammy certificate, and you are writing an article from Ghana, Hip Life, and there is Grammy in there, and me, the certificate holder, I was not mentioned. Going to mention other non-certificate holders. Stonebwoy was not happy about it. Then he comes again to reply a comment to Olole Salvador. He says, Olole, you should have just mentioned me in that your submission so that we will have a discerning conversation, because the article is factually half-dosed, and it is not an opinion, because honorable mentions without Prince Bright, Bookbags, VVIP Ghana, or Bradford Kwakwaselot Kenya, or Mahine Akatachi, Prior, or Chami Kwame. When it comes to hip life, it's a serious decision that will serve as an immediate inspiration to my lives. It is an error not to capture Stonebwoy in anything Ghana music today. Period on thick flow. Oh my God. Okay, so that was Stonebwoy, and I love period and thick flow. Yeah, that means he needs which of these parts will work faster. Okay, maybe always ultra. Well, Chamo, come through. So last Friday, when we discussed it, at that time Stonebwoy had not spoken.
Yeah.
At the time we had our discussion, Stonebwoy had not spoken until he started making his commentary. So it feels good that we also come and share opinions on what really we think about it. And let me start from you because you were here last Friday when this whole thing started.
Yeah. You see, when I saw the tweets from the beginning, I thought it was. I mean, now the parody accounts that they've been using. So I in my head I was like, no, Stonebwoy will not do this. Like Stonebwoy will not reply because there's no need to do that. Especially even in our video, we explain why his name is not in.
Yeah.
And there's no need for him to say anything, especially in the line that he took. Like his name should be in there. So honestly, I was surprised when I saw it from the beginning. I thought it was fake. No, Stonebwoy will not do that. But later, I went to his Twitter page to check, and indeed,
you confirmed.
Yes, he did. And for me, I was a bit disappointed because it was clear that there's no need for them to mention him. And there's nothing wrong if they have not mentioned him. I mean, he has done well in Ghana music in general.
For himself as well.
Yeah, for himself, and he has accomplished a lot. I don't see the need for him to get into the article. There's like, for what reason? Like, in fact, I was a bit shocked when I saw that thing. I mean, as for the fans, because at a point the other side were trolling them, like the SM fans were really going at them. So if the fans are also pushing back and doing their thing, I mean that one.
You should expect it.
Yeah, you should expect it. There's nothing new about that. But to see that Stonebwoy is calling out the person who wrote the article, that
as the writer of the article,
the writer of the article, that his name should be in there. And I was thinking, like, where should we put your name when we are talking about hip life music? Where should we put your name? And again, when you go through the Stonebwoy's tweet, you will see that he was saying that without honorable mentions of certain names, the names that he mentioned, some of them were in the article. So that should tell you that Stonebwoy didn't.
And then even the names that you mentioned, the gap between him and them. Yeah, because yes, the names that he mentioned, truly they were honored. But if he wants to be mentioned among those names, then even that is even a big call.
Yes, that's one thing. And again, some of the names were already in there. Lord Keche featured in there. So to say that honorable mention without Lord Keche, meanwhile Lord Keche's name
was featured in there.
So it was now. I was then convinced that no, he didn't read the article. Maybe the way the fans were going at each other and what he felt that he needed to say something. But for me, I think it was he misfired. There was no need for him to say anything because there's nothing here that will go against him.
Yeah.
So my thing is, why do you want your name to be in a hip life story that we cannot connect you in any way to anything hip life? We cannot. I don't know how we are going to connect you to the hip life journal and at the time what was happening, the history of hip life. You can't be mentioned anywhere. I don't know how the person who wrote the article will do that. And again, I see that people are criticizing the writer, that there are certain names that he should have mentioned. I mean, it's in their opinion, yeah, it's fair. You want certain names to feature, but that's why it is an opinion. And again, he can't mention everybody's name. Okay. In any history, you pick it from one side and then say whatever you have to say. Do you disagree with all the things that he said, or because he didn't mention certain name, this article shouldn't even come out? I mean, it was a beautiful article. I read it not once, I mean several times, just to be sure what is in there, so that I can give an informed opinion on what is in there. I think the guy did a brilliant job. I mean, reading the article, if you know what has happened, if you knew the history of hip life, you can follow that the guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He may miss one or two things, and we can criticize him for that. But this is a very good piece that I think it will inform other people outside to know exactly what happened or what has happened when you talk about hip life music in Ghana here. So for people, for those who are not happy that their names were not mentioned, and especially Stonebwoy, I think he misfired. There was no need for him to comment.
Okay, thank you, Team Dodo Solomon. On that note, obviously, just much someone who follows artists will surely be following recent commentaries when it comes to Grammys and other things. Let me go to Just Matt, get his opinion on this as well. Jay,
yes,
I know you've been following the proceedings.
I have been following. Rather, this is my very first time as in
a comment on it.
Official comment, especially on recording it.
Okay. Okay.
And first of all, I would want to say a very big hi to all the other followers of Flex TV. And then, so as a journalist or a media practitioner, one of the things that I pride myself in is the fact that I'm a writer or an art writer who really believe in what I do so much. And so, first of all, because it is my first time commenting on the issue, let me say a very big ups or kudos to K Mula for that particular write-up. I mean, we all.
Do you know him?
Okay, so not in person, but
okay.
I think
You've met him. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
And he's a very young gentleman. Actually,
I see.
Putting all of this, and we all appreciate how big this platform is and how difficult it is to even get your work on that platform. It is not an easy thing at all. So to have him do that, which of course has become a national topic, especially with regards to the entertainment space, I think that is huge and close to him. So coming back to the substantive issue, especially with regards to Stonebwoy and his take, I don't want to say rant on the Grammy thing. You see, most importantly, so Stonebwoy, yes, I would agree that in a form has contributed to the hip life genre, which I would agree. But if you look at whatever contribution he has made to the genre, I think it is after, because the article most importantly focuses from the 1990s 2000 coming, right? And Stonebwoy, if you should even look at that feature or where we can give him recognition in at least adding onto the hip life, is somewhere from 2011 going thereabouts. So of course, clearly, I don't think he needs to be featured, or most importantly, that alone is enough to have him on there. Because if you look at the individuals in there, maybe Stonebwoy is thinking because the likes of Shatta, Wale, who is largely known as a dancehall artist, has been featured in there, then there is that likelihood, or there is that must for him to be there also. But you see, for me, I feel it is a very needless entitlement coming from the part of Stonebwoy, and I see that as one of the big goof coming from him lately in recent times. Yes, the brand Stonebwoy has risen to a certain standard that certain conversations, I mean, he needs to do proper background check or like scrutinize the kind of things he even come out to say and all of that, right? And there's one thing I keep saying every time. You see, if you look at Stonebwoy and the team around him, right? It is very fair to say that Stonebwoy is feeding all these guys with him, including his road manager, his manager, right? So there is a case I want to build.
Okay.
See, if you look at artist management and artists dealings, day-to-day dealings, right? So I feel in Ghana here, in most cases, we have most of the people around the artist, or those that work with the artists in most cases are individuals that the artists employ themselves and have some form of upper hand on them. And so there are certain conversations, there are certain things, even if the artist is doing and then possibly needs a certain coaching, people to tell him that no, how you are going about with this particular convo or conversation will rather tarnish here, will rather tarnish you, because he feels I am the boss there. In fact, in most cases, they do not even consult any of their members before going ahead to do some of this, and it is tending to go against many of them. And clearly, Stonebwoy has become one of those people.
A victim.
Yeah, a victim. Because clearly, presuming Stonebwoy consulted or sat down and then maybe possibly at first sight seeing the article, sit any of the members down, okay, so this is what I've come across and this is what I think and all of that, definitely someone would at least talk to me and be like, oh bro, let's leave this, because you know, like I mentioned, the Grammy platform is a very big one, their portal is a very big portal, but Stonebwoy equally has been featured in or
on that portal,
bigger portals even alike, right? And so why then would you find it so necessary, a must for you to be featured on there, especially when you know that the kind of conversation that is being had. I don't remember the last time Stonebwoy came out telling anyone that he is a hip life musician or has ever contributed to hip life. So this year actually marks the 30 years for the hip life agenda and all of that. So that is one of the reasons why some of these articles are coming up, of which I believe there are more things that will be coming up in order to mark the celebration, all of that. And you see, Stonebwoy, like I mentioned, is not recognized as one of the individuals when it comes to this hip life thing. And so I don't see why, I just don't see why he has to come out. And the way he went about it, I don't want to say it's very, my word. You see, I don't want to say that Stonebwoy handled the issue very immaturely. That's not what I want to say. But clearly, if you look at what he put out there, he didn't add some form of, at least, I don't. So what I'm trying to say is that, you see, it is not everything that you have to come out to comment on publicly. Sometimes you just have to let some of the things be, like just as they appear. You just let them slide. And you see, in letting some of these things slide going forward, all depends on the kind of team around you, whether even you listen to your team, whether you even consult them in making. The brand Stonebwoy is a big brand now, of which I mean, some of these little or common mistakes he shouldn't be doing them. And you see, one thing too about our entertainers or our musicians, creatives too, is that, you see, once the thing favors them, they are okay, they feel loved. But once you state the same thing, similar thing, which do not go their way, now they turn you into a hater. A typical instance is I've seen the banter between himself and Olele Salvador, and quite recently, if you remember, when the artist of the year convo was running, one of the individuals that keenly followed Stonebwoy on that trend, on that target, was Olele Salvador.
Olele for some time has been behind Stonebwoy,
writing beautiful articles, pushing the Stonebwoy agenda. But this time around, when he disagreed with you on a topic, now you are tagging him as a hater. So when did he turn into a hater? When he favors you,
it is all right.
You are okay. But once it goes against you, but you see, when we continue to do that, what we are doing to ourselves is that we are now pushing people not to comment on things of importance, because we feel once we go out there to say this, I'll be tagged
A hater.
A hater.
Yeah.
And so instead of you to speak truth to power or to some of these individuals, you also want to look at your relationship that you want to maintain with the individuals, which is not helping. And so once we are considering growth, we should be open to criticism, especially when they come. And like I said, some of these things, Stoneboy must consult the team first before going out publicly, openly about them. And so for me, yes, Stoneboy himself, I know that he knows after sitting down and then analyzing everything, knows that no, what he did here, he goofed big time.
I see. Yeah. Well, I also would want to say that if you are saying it was because he did not consult the team, I would want to say, don't let us bring the team here into this. Because wait, I'm coming. Well, you know, it could also be a team member who alerted him that, see what the people they do online. They write article on Grammys and then they know add me. That might even mislead him to do what rather he did.
Yeah.
Yes, because sometimes if you are not the one leading the conversation and you are being told, you go ahead and speak like what report was given to you.
Yeah.
But if you are, because of course Stoneboy is not dumb.
Yeah.
Stoneboy is not dumb.
That's okay.
If Stoneboy really read the article, like most of the public commentaries he did, he wouldn't have. Or even if he read the article and he did not get it well, and he wanted further understanding of the article, he had so many people to call, like the Salvador that you mentioned. Stoneboy can reach only, but what is this article about? The only could have coached him that, or have told him that this is how it was written, or this the import of the article. But he was not ready for any of that. Me again, I was also thinking, could it also be another ploy just for him to be discussed as part of that story?
So you see,
I was also thinking that it could also be a ploy because Charlie Grammy has mentioned something, and obviously I was not part of that conversation. But
that is allowed.
if I do something, I can put myself in that conversation.
But that is
Or Chemo, you think that is far-fetched?
Yeah, that's far-fetched. Because then he didn't execute it well. Even if
Because I've watched a Black Rasta video and he's always saying something similar that, yes, Stonebwoy, you've worked out for yourself already. You don't need to mention here to feel achieved.
Yes, exactly. So I think he just let's take it like that.
Okay.
He got it wrong. Because I've also watched a video that DJ Slim was saying that he had a conversation with Stoneboy going back and forth about the whole thing. Stoneboy is telling him that he sees this article as just retrogressive kind of thing. It's taking the whole industry back. So there's no need for something like that. But that can't be correct for him to say. And I was surprised that DJ Slim didn't prompt him that. But you said they should mention you. Why are you now calling the article to be a retrogressive? When I was watching the video, that was what was ringing in my head. You see, what he tweeted or what he put out was that he should be mentioned.
Okay.
So if he comes back and tell you that the article is retrogressing and you should go forward and all that, that can't be true. Or he is changing his position, but he
doesn't want to admit.
Admit that he was wrong in the first place. So put him right and tell him that by you guys, you said that they should mention you. So if they mention you, it does at that point it wouldn't be retrogressive kind of article. Just put him in the right position and let's move on. I think he goofed, and for now I'm hoping that now he knows that he didn't do it right.
Okay.
So he should just learn from it and then next time know how to go about things. That's it.
Well, that was our bit of the conversation on Grammys, Stoneboy's neglect, and what have you. But over the weekend, I don't know if you guys followed, Shatta Wale was back to back on Stoneboy on Twitter especially, AKX, and I don't know what you guys think about it. Let me start with Just Matt. Yeah.
For me, what I saw was Shatta trying to make mockery of Stoneboy, especially with the fact that there's when it comes to a conversation or a topic that has either of Shatta or Stonebwoy, there is always that competition or that battle line thing, right? And so automatically having Shatta featured in there and the notion how Stonebwoy came about claiming some form of entitlement alone, being his rival, definitely
you take advantage of that.
It is too simple because he has already laid the foundation for you, and so it is. I mean, so yeah, for me, I don't think Shatta did anything bad on this one, and he didn't go too hard. He was just making mockery of the guy. That's all.
Well, whilst we were even in Akropon, there were some people who thought, no, we are not there, because they think, if you are in Akropon, how come Shatta still got time to be doing back and for like almost about 24 hours? It was tweet left, right, and center.
And he was responding to others.
Yes.
I mean, for me, I think he was just having fun.
Yeah.
After your opponent or somebody that you think you are in competition with gets it wrong or
Messi, especially in the
wrong like then you can have fun with it, and he did that exactly. So I don't think it was anything serious, but he was just having fun after knowing or making it, because Shatta.
Yes.
He didn't say anything until that comment came in. So for me, I think he was just having fun. Like after saying that, hey, the guy, he brought himself, let me give it to you, kind of thing. So I mean, it's normal. It can happen if you get it wrong. People will come after you.
Well, we still can go ahead to do some more stories here on Sammy Flex TV, Showbiz Daily to be specific. And there are reports coming from London where King Paluta performed alongside Kwabena at the Dominion Center. And looking at the numbers, the way the auditorium was fully filled and prepared for the show, there is a video out there where King Paluta raised one of his biggest songs, that is Asida, and the way the people were singing, man could not control himself. He was earlier closer to the crowd, but when he started the song, the crowd took over the song. The guy was just emotional. He came back, sat down on the floor, and it was all tears. And when you go online, everybody say, hey, Charlie time, hey, Charlie time, hey, Charlie time. Now, let me tell you my fear. My fear is there is one guy who is doing it and it is not working. Obviously, it will work for him.
Yeah.
But he's going to rely on this King Paluta story to waste some more time. Right. When I was there, I said, oh, it is true. It is true that there is time. It is true that King Paluta waited for the right time. But you see, there's always a secret that people miss.
Yeah.
King Paluta had it, or he has it. King Paluta had it, or he has it. There are some people, they don't have it. Like everything around what they are doing shows clearly that, Charlie, you don't have it. Yet, they are going to be inspired wrongfully by this King Paluta craze that we are all enjoying here. To one, waste more time. Two, waste more resources. And again, disturb so many people, including me. They will just be disturbing us. Well, the video is rolling, and I don't know what you think about the King Paluta era and my example, crying on stage and all those things.
Well,
and generally, your thoughts about the
okay, so generally give my view on that.
And then, someone made a comment. At the moment, the King Paluta is the biggest musician ever in Ghana.
Yeah,
Charlie.
Well, so before I go to my view, you mentioned that someone might be taking inspiration from what happened to King Paluta and then be like, oh, okay, let me keep wasting time. That is how you put it. But I see, it's not entirely about you still doing what you were doing and then still believing that that time will come. So King Paluta along the line, because he didn't start as a singer, but along the line he switched. So it's about sitting down and then getting to know yourself, reading the system and possibly the kind of team around you, knowing which one can sell or which one can put you out there. Now I would want to take two views or two examples from this same King Paluta and then Kiddy, right? And then now I'll juxtapose it to this particular video. So first with Kiddy, I recently watched snippet of an interview Kiddy had. I'm tempted to believe with Jay Foley or something. Yep. And Kiddy stated that when he was signed on to Legs Entertainment, he had wanted to do R&B. He was full of R&B. That was his mind, everything.
Yeah.
And that was the genre he wanted to pursue and all of that. The management, everyone was advising, no, let's venture into something commercial. Something. Kiddy said he felt they were rather taking him off what he wanted to do until he had a first commercial song. He said when he had his first hit song, his first commercial song, yeah, and then he went for a show, performing, and then seeing the crowd respond, sing to the song, then he got to realize that no, there is nothing compared to having a hit song, having commercial songs back to back. And when the songs started coming back to back, he got to realize that no, R&B.
Let me do what is good now.
Let me do what the people want. Let me do that which will put me there. Recently, Kim Paluta with Abeku Santana. Kim Paluta mentioned that it been couple of days now. He hasn't been able to see family. He hasn't been able to spend time with the mom and all of that. And interestingly, do you know what? This Kim Paluta brand, especially after getting his hit song, I have followed him a lot, and he seems to even be performing outside the country even more than he's doing in the country.
Yeah, he does.
Yes. So what it means is that his talent or his brand has enticed the diaspora world even more than the country, which and what that means automatically is that he's gaining more, because once you are moving out there compared to here, definitely the income or whatever you'll be paid will not be the same as if you are here in Ghana.
I'll dispute that.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Well, but in most cases,
what you're saying
in most cases,
yes.
Again, sometimes not even directly. So once you keep moving there, getting that diaspora appeal.
There are some shows, the ones that musicians play here pay better than the ones they go out.
Well,
there.
so that is your opinion, but what I'm saying is that even
it's not an opinion. It's a fact.
Information, a fact that I'm sharing
with you.
That's
but it's
okay.
not all musicians. Yes. So that's why I would say
I agree.
Go with the
I agree with what you just said. But what I am saying is that, for instance, even if an artist from Ghana here moves to perform outside Ghana, and even it is a free show, right? There is that appeal where that person for sure is going to perform to a certain or a group of people that automatically will again fall in love with his or her song, and that automatically, of course, once you meet my song for the first time and then you fall in love with it, you go with it. What it means is that you go and then play that song elsewhere. People will also listen, jump on it, and so automatically it keeps growing, and that will reflect in your streams and all of that. Which
it is not always.
It's not. Yeah.
But
let me give you a critical example. I know this one might sound something, but let me still say it. Among Ghanaian artists, if there's one particular artist who has been performing to festivals out there, large crowd festival, I think Stonebwoy will be.
Can promise.
Yeah, that's what I'm coming.
And even
Stonebwoy will be as part of the people.
Those people, yeah.
Can promise will be as part of the people.
Kenai Soba
will be as part of the people. But then let's come back again to even check
their numbers
if
online.
Really what
it is reflecting.
Really serious fact. Let's check their numbers.
So you see,
Kenai Soba still does not have.
you see, when it comes to this online thing and this particular scenario, there is more to it than even we are saying. So, for instance, you see, there is more to it. No. Especially with the example, the Kenai Soba example you are giving. For instance, you see, the Kenai Soba can stand in front of millions.
Yeah.
In the diaspora,
yes,
and wouldn't know how to turn those millions, those numbers, would not know how to.
But you were saying something about automatically when they perform like that, it will reflect in their online presence. It's not automatic. So that's the point that we are making.
And I didn't use a Kenai Soba as the center of this
it will happen to any of them.
And if
including
Paluta is enjoying numbers now, it's not because he's performing
outside. That's the point.
What I am saying.
Able to appeal
And that
to his home crowd.
and that does not also mean that he's not appealing to the outside or whatever the diaspora fans also, right? It is why I'm saying that the scenario you give, there is an exception to that, especially if you are talking about an artist like Kina Yusoba, which we all believe that yes, he's an international artist and very huge as such. But the question is, how does he take chances when it gets to that international? And you see, taking chances also depends on the kind of team you have around you. For instance, Kina Yusoba will perform at concerts in France, in Germany, whatsoever. However, when after the concert, you want to get a Kina Yusoba song, even on any of the DSPs, you struggle to get. What it means is that automatically you are there performing, but indirectly the things that you need to do back to be able to also match up with your level, especially with the kind of audiences, the new audiences you are meeting, you are not putting those in places.
So then it's not automatic, like the way you want to
saying that
Paluta's case, but you
that's okay, right? So what I am saying is that Paluta, looking at Paluta and where he started from, the kind of struggles he has been through, if you have listened to the Paluta story, you know that yes, of course, when Paluta started off, when he had his first hit song, Yahete, I was one of the few people after the so Yahete is in 3 forms. He did the official one, which was just himself, and then he did the remix, which featured Amrado, Strongman, Ochiame Kwame, and the Dusty, and there's one other guy.
And then
yes,
and then later he did it with Kwame Eugene as well.
Yes. So when he did the remix, the song was very huge. I didn't see the need of another remix which will feature Kwame Eugene and then Andy Dusty back. So for me, or most of us back then watching, were like, why didn't this guy instead use Kwame Eugene for a different song that can also uplift him and all of that? So you know, we have these artists that when they come, they are just one hit wonder artists. Once they come, they give you one. That is all. They struggle to make another hit. So most individuals thought Paluta was going to be one of those artists, and I have heard even some of his fellows say on other platforms, being it radio, TV, even online, that yes, Paluta's kind of songs will not last, will not take him places. But you see, after Yahete, it didn't take too long. The guy came back with Aseda. And that was huge everywhere. And we thought, okay, that was that. It was going to end with Aseda. And then the guy came back with Makoma.
Yeah.
As if that is enough. Even people put him on their songs. And he keeps doing wonders on songs people put him.
Yeah.
So what it means is that, yes, the guy has now found the true him. And of course, you see, sometimes you see, the tears he shed could be that this time around, I want to get into his mind. Could be that this guy, he will be like, so I could do this all this while, and I spent years doing other things
that was not bringing it,
right? Because Paluta is over decades in the industry. So assuming Paluta was giving us hits back then, decades now, are we not saying he's not going to be part of the supposed legend we have in the country?
Sure.
And so yes, so when you consider some of these circumstances, you consider some of these, yes, I mean, we are human first before any other things. There is that likelihood that yes, I mean, every human being will of course break down when considering some of these things. So yeah, that's okay and it's allowed. And trust me, I think Paluta, based on what he has given us and his capability, I don't think he's going to, the brand Paluta will fade now. He has more to offer, especially now. Yeah, you mentioned that someone is saying that, you know, I always argue that it's not entirely about you being the biggest artist in Ghana now, but having possibly the biggest song in Ghana now. Okay. That should be the case. And I always say, I tell people that, you see, this our space. It's not about getting a 3-4 hit. It's about getting a breakthrough. Once you are able to get the breakthrough and it gets there, automatically people would want to go back to listen to the works you have out there. When they go and the works are that good, you are accepted. You are good to go.
Well, that is factual. Get a song, and if the song is good, it will take you to places. For how big you can be, it is only time that will tell. Time will tell. Mangole. Well, Chamo, let's talk about the Paluta story.
Yeah. I will start by saying that there's a difference between having the biggest song at the moment and being the biggest artist.
Fact.
There's a difference.
Fact.
The difference is that being considered the biggest artist or among the biggest artists, or time is a factor. So people should get that thing right. I mean,
that time is a huge
factor. Yes. So don't just get one hit song and people will start saying that the biggest artist, and now utre ayukundo there be wow. Time will tell. I mean, you have to stay consistent. You have to be in the game for a longer time before you be considered one of the biggest. And again, how much you even charge is also part of it. In fact, some people will call them A-list artists. You'll be counted among A-list artists, but it will take time for you to get there. And Paluta, I think, now has started well. I mean, he has been in the game for a long time, doing his own thing, and now he has found a way to also get the breakthrough, and he's on top of his game now. I'm not surprised that at this point he will even shed tears on stage, because he will be reminiscing about how he has suffered staying or sleeping in studios with boys.
A typical studio
rat. Yes, and talking to boys. Oh, how are you also going to get a breakthrough? Begging people to be on their songs and all that, and it will not work at that time. And now he has it. And again, I agree with you when you say that some people will take inspiration from him in a bad way.
Watch it.
And yes, it keeps on happening. You see, when artists, when you tell them that, Charlie, this thing that you are doing is either you are not doing it right or maybe try something else, they will mention names of people who were, I mean, got it so hard, like, or they have passed through a lot to get to where they are, but they can't mention even 10 people. Still, that's the example that they will use. I mean, that's the bad side of human beings, or I would say psychologically, that's a defect. We always point to the glory or the one that has succeeded, and we will forget about a lot more that failed. We don't look at that thing, and it always go against us. You see, there are about at least 10,000 Palutas in the system, and only Paluta got through. But you won't hear of that. Yes, you won't hear of the many Palutas who are still struggling out there. No, you won't know them. But you point to Paluta and you think that it will work out. And again, you should know that you have it. I mean, some of them, they will disturb you, as you said. And you can see that no, you don't have it. Charlie, try something else. Still, they will be pushing and then tell you that Paluta even made it. Paluta, yes, that will be the name. I mean, some time ago they were saying Sarkodie. You see how Sarkodie suffered. He's been rapping and it's working. So if you are rapping, you too, you will get. Rapping. And then Omar rappers. So if Paluta was following Sarkodie's footsteps, I think he wouldn't be here by now. Because
he'll still be rapping.
Yes, he will still be rapping, but no, he changed and then it worked out. I've seen a video that Kojo Sheldon asked him, so are you not going to rap again? He said that LJ would do it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he said that LJ and others will do that. Yeah, for me, I'm done with it. Because he has found his path and it is working for him. So there's no way that he will go to the other side. even if he will do it, it will be for fun.
Yeah.
He will just be doing it to have fun. But as for where his heart is or where he will put his effort, it's obvious that he will doing his singing and even tell you King Paluta is singing.
Paluta singing. Well, let's move on to do other things, and this time round, I had to change our review of the Shatta Wale show because I actually thought Roland was gonna be here.
Yeah.
Until I realized, okay, today Roland is not on the show. So I changed it to something general that we can all be a part of. So I'm going to play a video of Keche Joshua making a complaint about something. Then after, I'll pick your views on it. Now, let's listen to Keche Joshua.
Something's the funny me. Oh. Something's really funny me. You see, this artist where they get 1 hit, 2 hits. No respect. Don't respect. You see, King Paluta, where you rich? Where you rich? What type of stupid disrespect is that? King Paluta, you do music with Sister Fia. You post that, they make videos. You do music with anybody. They post that, they do video. You do music with this guy Tulenke. You even meet them, do video. With when they say they do video, it's beautiful. We do music with you, King Paluta. My father. He never post them. He never hey. I speak to him team. They tell we say they don't use him page. They post things and they use King Paluta army. Hey, see the way I'm rather they push Wale in song. No respect. Me the funny me. Why you rich? How many hits? Munya 2 hits and you make your show like this. You King Paluta, we call you, record a song with you. We talk to you. Charlie bro. You were happy. Charlie bro, we go do video, want to do some lyrics video, some visualizer, do video. We worry you we drop the song. We worry King Paluta. We call them back and forth. We need a video from you. Okay, now you now do video, send us. You do video, send us, we post. You never retweet. You never post them. Hey, you get artists like Keche, we feature you. You never post them. You want to disrespect somebody, if you Keche, say, hey, I'm gonna have me too much, so my mini video no more, now I'm posting. Me they post, I don't even need them. Hey, you see this disrespect, eh? Make nobody go talk say there is no love in the industry because this one hit, 2 hits people. The disrespect and God they watch you all. Don't worry, God they watch you. Think say you arrive. No. 1 hit, 2 hits. Where you catch? Charlie, cut it.
My brother, cut it. Well, so whilst Keche Joshua is angrily throwing salvos, Wendy Shay is also making fun of me. And I have this video from Wendy Shay.
Sit down, Keche. Move for baby mo. Keche move for baby mo. Bibi shamuso. Keche move for baby mo. If you try with fire, I will go burn you.
Well, in case you don't know why Wendy Shay would do that to her colleague artist, you should understand. Some time ago, Keche Joshua also did a similar antic on Wendy Shay, where she also said, Wendy Shay, no, I sit down, I'm not fuck you. So Wendy was just giving back to them in their own measure. Maybe press down in the sense that in the case she was just laughing. Well, let me come back to J Smart. J, we are closing though, but Keche's point and when the Shay's mockery of them. Let's wrap up the show with this.
You see,
that old video is still out there.
That video is still out there?
Yeah, the Keche's one is also Buju will put it for now.
I sit down when they say, "Who forbidden? Bibi shows who forbidden." When they say, "Who forbidden?"
I was saying that. So, Keche, they are legendary duo. I mean, these are me. I always refer to them as hit makers, right? But you know, one thing I don't ascribe to is MBHA, Mebahache. I don't like it at all. MBHA.
MBHA.
Yeah, Mebahache. Yeah,
okay.
One of the things I don't ascribe to is those guys. And you see, Keche was making valid points, but you see, some of the things he said in there were just very unnecessary, very unnecessary, especially mentioning say one hit makers, two hit makers, and all of that. And so if you acknowledge that the person is just a one hit maker, why then did you even do a song with the person at the first place? Because that one hit he did has a lot of impacts. That is why you are also going back for him to also at least make a change on a plausible project you are also bringing, of which the song is out there. It's a very beautiful song. But you see, one thing too I noticed is that even Keche themselves, they were not serious, or they are not serious. Reason being that after you did the song with the person, you are expecting the person himself to shoot a visualizer, a visual, and then send it to you. How about, you see, then again, this guy, as it stands now, is the center of the topic. Everyone wants him. He's everywhere and all of that. And so it is only fair for you to arrange. You see, all boils down to having proper team around you. All boils down to having proper team. You just make an arrangement. Okay, so this is what we want to do. Okay, let's meet here. Or possibly we are sending over so and so video director or team to meet you, and then we also take our part and all of that. We are good to go. But you expect the person to do his own thing and then send it to you. What if what he does and send to you does not even match the kind of concept or concept you want to put out there? Right. So first of all, there is some form of unseriousness on their part, and they want to blame the gentleman for it. Again, with the fact say omoba hache and omoba yache. So oba yache, and you think say it is just about ba yacha, then you shouldn't even be calling him first of all for a feature, right? And so what it means is that it's about time and season. And so yes, in years back you could be you, or possibly you yes. And so this time around it is someone's turn. You should just acknowledge that and move with it, right? But you shouldn't think that because you were you in certain years ago, that alone. For instance, you can even talk to Paluta, and then you know that the guy does not even have any intention of disrespecting them, of which I think he has even clarified with Abeku Santana. Genuinely, he didn't have the time, which is fair enough. But you see, it's still about the meba hache and meba yache attitude or mentality. All these guys wanted was an endorsement, with King Paluta posting the song. Bang. Okay, so King Paluta has posted, and what is the essence of that endorsement from King Paluta? To have fans of King Paluta jump on the song and all of that, or for it to reach a wider audience possibly. But now, currently, because of modernity, there are ways to even do this that automatically you have the fans of King Paluta jumping on it. Because once people hear that the song is out there, you put in the pressure, people the effort, people get to know that the song is out there automatically, and they know King Paluta is featured. They will love to jump on it. You don't necessarily need, yes, that endorsement is huge, it's okay, but you see, sometimes the effort you also put in the project will even entice the person, coerce the person to even jump on it, or helps for you to push it. He used Amrado and Shatta Wale's feature as an example. He mentioned that. I don't think Amrado just started to push the song because he would, but definitely there is some form of association, or some form of whichever you would love to put it, that will make Amrado feel like, no, let me go all hard on Shatta's song for him, right? And so sometimes let's also look at how we go about with some of these things, instead of coming to seek for public sympathy and all of that. Let's first of all check ourselves, right? Because clearly what he's come to put out means that even with the brand Keche, there's a lot they didn't even do well by themselves. and you want the young man to perform magic for the song to blow. No, it doesn't work like that.
Okay. Let me go on to Chamo.
Yeah. See, it's an interesting it's an interesting one. I mean, I think Wendy Shay is also having her time, as Keche, Joshua especially did it to her some time ago. So she's just paying him back. He's paying Keche back for what he did some time ago. I mean, Joshua got this one wrong. I think the approach that he's using now is not, it will not be effective, and it is not the best. I mean, if you are pushing for someone to do something for you for free, then you don't do it in a way that you are also trying to shame him publicly. What he did or what they have done, Keche, they are trying to shame Paluta for not doing what they wanted. And it doesn't work like that, especially if it is not on business terms. I mean, he didn't say that we have paid him and he didn't do it. They are just saying that you just came in, you have 1 or 2 hits, so you have to do it for us. No, it doesn't work like that. And besides, he also has something going for him, and he will definitely put his priorities ahead of whoever wants his help. And again, you see, when some of these things happen, I wish the musicians coming up will learn from it. Because some will come and accuse others. Like, I wish that we will get Paluta's video that he will be complaining that I reached out to these people to do this for me and they didn't do it. And then we can go back to him and say, now you see that it's not like a whole lot of people on Paluta's neck now. They want Paluta to help them or do something with them. And Paluta is one person. He can't do it for everyone. But people will accuse him or say that he's not helping them, and he rather helping other people, or he's arrogant, and all the acronyms, all the adjectives, he will get it. He will get it. And this is very common when it comes to people who are on top of their game in the industry. They have all received some form of accusation. I mean, one person that you will never forget will be the Sarkodie, and then the Sammy issue. It has happened, and the same thing has happened to Shatta before.
In fact, whoever is at the top has suffered
this before. And so this is nothing new. And I think Paluta at this stage, he will understand. Just that the person who is supposed to get that benefit, I will advise them not to go the way that Joshua or Keche did, because it will not always work out well for you when you come out to shame the person publicly like that. You will not get what you want, and you can be in the same situation one day. So why do you do that? If it's not working for you, take it like you don't have the luck, or you are not getting what you deserve, but you think you will get it somewhere else. Just move on, instead of you coming out to shame him or do something like this. And again, you even brought yourself for Wendy Shay to also tease you in addition. And for me, I think the approach wasn't good, and he should do it in another way. Maybe reach out more, still put your pressure, as he call it. We worry him, keep worrying him until he will get fed up and say that, okay, let me do what they want for them, instead of you coming out to shame them publicly. I think this is not the right approach, and for me, it's not convincing. It didn't work out well for me.
Well, did you talk about the Wendy Shay's thing on them? I did not.
No, I didn't mention. But I think my brother just he has already touched.
Okay, so that was a sign of mockery.
Yeah.
Well, it's all good. It is an industry, and an industry is like this. Sometimes we are up, sometimes we are down. Unfortunately, it is only in Ghana that when the downtime comes and people making reference to, hey, go to Nigeria and see. It is like that in Nigeria. It is like that. In fact, we are all humans. We are just living on human tendencies. So everywhere you go to, it is like that. Don't let only the people in Ghana look like they are evil. Everywhere you go, it is like that.
It did so.
This is it?
It did so. It did
everywhere like that. Well, officially, we wrap up for today. That is the beginning of the week here on Showbiz Daily, and it has been fantastic. Like it has always been with my people, man like J Smart, and J Smart has H Hardy under his belt as well. So shout outs to H Hardy wherever you are in the States. A blend of a musician doing gospel, sometimes doing urban, sometimes doing secular. Hey, the guy is hard. Well, you can also enjoy my interview with Hardy on this platform before this video end. Yeah, there were some issues with sound, but you still enjoy the wisdom in there. Let me also say thanks to Team Solomon Chemo, our online manager here at flexxnewspaper Limited, and Tidosu Digital Solutions, and to the producers of the show. Let me say thanks to Bujulais, editor, and man like Theophilus, aka The Ghost Media, doing the camera for us. My name is Sammy Flex. Subscribe to us, tell others about us, put down your commentaries, and let's do some more. Stay blessed till we meet again. Out.